All right, welcome back. Fifth league of the day. Let us spin the wheel and see what we get. It is Scam. So, this is Scam. If you don't know what this is and you play Modern, I don't know how you don't know what this is. So basically, to explain what the deck does, it does a bunch of dumb BS that makes everyone miserable. So, okay, what you actually do is you cast Grief and Fury for 0 mana, and then you just bring them back with Feign Death or Undying Malice for 1 mana. For 1 mana. And then if that doesn't kill your opponent for some reason, you also have Ragavan, Blood Moon, Orcish Bowmasters, Dauthi Voidwalker, Fable the Mirror Breaker, because Seasoned Pyromancer is terrible because of Orcish Bowmasters. And then you've got Push, Terminate, Thoughtseize, and I've added 1 Troll to the deck just to see if this is relevant. Sideboard has Torok, Shieldred, Pyromancer's in the sideboard if you play a matchup that doesn't have Bowmasters. Magus of the Moon, Blood Moon, Nile Spellbomb, Filigree Silex, EE, Chalice of the Void. It does things to you in a dark back alley, exactly. Time to commit crimes. All right, let's go ahead and jump into what is sure to be an incredibly fun 5 rounds of Magic with Scam. All right, we're on the play. We have 1 land, Troll, so we can go Ragavan, and then if Ragavan connects Blood Moon or Fable the Mirror Breaker, and if it doesn't, we just go get our next land. All right, seems good. Black Cleave, red, cast Ragavan. Go ahead. Misty Rainforest, Stomping Ground, tapped. All right, so, and we drew our second land anyway, so let's just connect with Ragavan. Swing, trigger, make a treasure token, exiling, Violent Outburst, so fetch Swamp Blood Moon you. All right, pass. Oh, they suspended Footfalls on turn 1. I didn't see that. They did it so fast that I didn't see it. Well, it's going to be tough for them. I guess it's not going to be that tough for them to have blue mana, right? Yeah, oh, there's just an island. So this Blood Moon's not doing much to them. All right, let's attack with Ragavan. But they are missing green. All right, swing with Ragavan. Attempt to go to damage. Hits with Ragavan. What are we getting? A land. All right, so now I can just play Fable or I can Thoughtseize them. Thoughtseizing them seems better. So let's go Swamp Cycle this. Get the other Swamp out of our deck. Play the Swamp. Thoughtseize them. Opponent cycles Lorien Revealed, gets Ketria Triumph. So their hand is Borrower, Fury, Shardless. So they can Borrower to bounce Blood Moon, but I don't care. They don't have the green for Shardless, but if they ever draw it, it's a problem. They can Fury Evoke on Ragavan, but that's okay as well. So I think I just take Shardless. Yeah, all right, take Shardless and then pass. And then this one is how far away from coming off Suspend? 2 counters away. Ketria Triumph, and then back to us. Okay. Opponent is really thinking hard about what to do. We drew Dauthi Voidwalker. That's pretty good. So let's just attack. Swing. I doubt they'll bounce this with Brazen Borrower, but let's just see. Nope. Trigger. What do we get? Lorien Revealed, which I actually can cast. Is it better to use all my mana to cast Lorien Revealed right now than to put Fable or Dauthi into play? Probably. So cast Lorien Revealed. Grief, Thoughtseize. So if I Grief Evoke them, they have double Borrower in hand, so I can't take both of them before they just get it back. So let's just Thoughtseize them. All right, but I don't have black mana. So play a land and then just pass. All right, Petty Theft on Blood Moon. Rhinos has 1 more counter on it. And back to us. All right, fetch. Blood Crypt tapped. At this point, I'm not even going to replay Blood Moon. All right, so I guess let's just try to connect with them again. If they drew Violent Outburst, then they can just Outburst block Ragavan, no issue. So yeah, let's go Grief and Evoke. I'm going to have to deal with the Rhinos that are just about to come off Suspend, right? So I guess cancel this. If I'm going to play Dauthi Voidwalker this turn anyway, I should play it first, but then they have Brazen Borrower to just bounce it back. So if I go Thoughtseize, take your Brazen, then Dauthi, then Evoke Grief, Feign Death. That seems like the best course of action. All right, Thoughtseize. They did draw Violent Outburst. All right, so Outburst, they cast the Rhino, that's fine. Then Thoughtseize resolves. So what am I taking? Brazen Borrower or Dead Gone? And then I'm going to play, I guess it doesn't matter which one because I'm going to do everything. So which one do I want to hit the most is the question. I want Fury to be under Dauthi, and then Brazen Borrower under Dauthi is I guess fine as well. All right, get rid of that. Then go Dauthi Voidwalker, and then Grief, Exile, Terminate. Then Feign Death the Grief. So then resolve this, take Fury, then it dies, it comes back, targets them again, take Brazen Borrower, and then we're out of stuff to do this turn, so pass it back. And then next turn, I can Dothy, put Fury into play, kill one of their Rhinos, and then have Grief to block, Fury to block, Terminate to kill one of them. I also exile the Rhinos off of Dothy, right? So I can just cast their Rhinos for free. All right, so no blocks here. We go to 6. They drew another Violent Outburst. You're kidding me. All right, we take 10. We go to 4. Jesus. All right, so let's see. Dothy, cast the Rhinos. I have 2 blockers. This blocks one of them. Terminate another one of them, and then there's still lethal here. Sack. Block, 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 terminate. 1 trample absorbed, and then I can't get the last one out of the way. Yep, they got it. All right, so Chalice EE in, Blood Moon out, Filigree Silex in. Too slow. 1 for 1ing them is not good, but I do need some amount of removal in order to kill Furies. So cut push and either a Terminate or a Fable. Bowmasters is also not great in this matchup. They don't draw cards really for the most part. Cut a Bowmasters. It's like not good at all, right? They barely draw anything. Maybe they'll cast Lorien Revealed at some point, but they basically don't draw extra cards. It kills a Brazen Borrower that's been cast, and that's basically it. So cut this. So what's better than that? I hate pushing 1/2 of a Footfalls. Shieldred, Torok. Let's do that. All right, game 2 on the play. We have double Thoughtseize, but then nothing else going on. No scam effects, no second land. Let's mulligan. All right, this is better. We have E for 0, Ragavan, etc. So keep this, put one of the Undying effects back. Turn 1 Ragavan. Pass the turn. Actually, no, don't pass the turn. Let's play E for 0 before they maybe have Force of Negation. EE for 0. Wooded Foothills. All right. Draw Fury. Let's try to connect with them. Swing. All right, we connected. So they don't have Dead Gone. Exiled Brazen Borrower, which I cannot cast. So instead, let's Thoughtseize them. Their hand is Brotherhood's End, Shardless, Subtlety, Lands. So Brotherhood's End can blow up our EE. That's probably fine. So let's just take Shardless. Yeah, take Shardless. And then play a land and then just pass. Ketria Triumph tapped. All right, fetch Blood Crypt. And then back to us. All right, keep hitting them with Ragavan. Swing. Trigger. We exile the land. So I could just cast Fury here, but then Brotherhood's End kills it. So let's just play a land tapped and pass the turn. Opponent fetches. Stomping Ground. So now they can Brotherhood's End and kill either Ragavan or the EE and the tokens. And I imagine they'll just choose the artifacts. Misty suspends Footfalls. So not casting Brotherhood's End. All right, back to us. All right, Marsh Flats, Combat, Swing. Connect with Ragavan. What do we hit? Nothing. All right, so I have to get Fury down now before they bring Subtlety in. Before they have Subtlety mana without evoking it. And then I still have the mana up for Feign Death. So let's go fetch, get a Swamp, play Fury, enter, no targets, and then pass to the opponent. Opponent fetches, Steam Vents, tapped. Rhinos down to whatever counters it's at right now. 3, right? Yeah, 3. Land. So now they have Subtlety mana. They're just going to cast Brotherhood's End. 3 damage to each creature and Planeswalker. Feign Death, Fury. All right, Fury comes back, no targets. And now they're on a 2-turn clock. Ooh, another Fury. So swing with the Fury. Swing. Do I just play the other Fury right now while they still can't cast Subtlety on curve? What do I get punished by? If they untap and cast their own Fury and kill this one, yeah, that's pretty punishing. So I guess just pass. Rhinos goes to 2 counters. Then they can flash in Subtlety and block, but that is only buying them a turn. Gemstone Caverns. All right, yeah, so they do have their own Fury. So now they Fury our Fury, and then I'll just Fury their Fury back. So fetch, Swamp, cast Fury, kill their Fury, and back to them. Footfalls has a counter left on it. All right, we're drawing pretty bad overall, though. Lots of lands, so attack with Fury. Swing, flash in Endurance, which can actually trade with our Fury. All right, so these trade off, and then they get to unsuspend Footfalls with Subtlety up, and then I'll be forced to pop EE. Beseiju the EE before this unsuspends. All right, get Blood Crypt. So I guess it was incorrect to play EE earlier. I'm just supposed to hold it. All right, can we draw not a land? Well, Fury, they have to evoke Subtlety to stop this. All right, Fury, do you have the other blue spell? Evoke Subtlety. Yep. So put this back on top. Then it's back to them. Then they'll crash in for 8 and we go to 7. Suspends another Footfalls. All right, cast the Fury again. Kill a Rhino. And then so I do not need to trade with this. Yeah, so they have to block me so they don't die. Well, if they're attacking, then that means they must be confident that they can kill me somehow. So what does that mean? They have either another Rhinos to cascade into, or they have like a bounce spell, which means I should just trade with this now instead of taking unnecessary damage. All right, block. All right, back to us. Drew Feign Death. That would have been useful a little bit ago. So let's play Marsh Flats and pass the turn. Brazen Borrower. Yeah, so if we hadn't blocked, then they just bounce it back to our hand. But then we just play it again and kill their Rhino. But then we're at 3 and we die. Yeah. So it makes sense. So then they attack us to 3, and then I don't want to fetch because if they have Fire Ice in their hand, we die. Lorien revealed to draw more cards. Plays a land. Well, we drew another land, so that's the game. On to round number 2. All right, round 2, we're on the play. All right, we have Bowmasters, 2 Undying Effects, and Terminate. Entirely depends on what we're playing against. I think it's fine. I will keep. Oh, they're using Serum Powder. Probably not as good then. All right, what did they exile? Mine, Ugin, Sylvan Scrying Expedition map. So it's Tron with Serum Powder. All right, land go. They exiled a mine, and that's the only Tron land they're missing. Chromatic Sphere. Fetch. Get Blood Crypt. Ragavan, eh? All right, I need mana more than I need to Bowmasters them. I guess I can Bowmasters the Sphere. It doesn't matter that much. All right, so let's just Bowmasters now because we can't respond to Sphere. Target you. Draw, target you. Urza's Tower. Sylvan Scrying. All right, we're probably dead next turn, boys. Gotta draw Grief right now. Another Feign Death. All right, Dashavan. Go to combat. Attack with everything. 14 or 13. Get this ability. We exiled Karn, but we can't play it. So let's just shock Blood Crypt in and pass. Well, there's the Tron, boys. The One Ring. Thankfully, the Bowmasters is doing some work with that in play. Map. Ring draw. We can't target them, so we have to target our own army token. Now we get Fury. There's just so many things that can punish us so brutally if I do the Feign Death thing with Fury right now. But I don't see any other way we're going to win this. So let's just go Evoke, getting rid of probably Terminate. That punishes us if they play Wormcoil. All right, Terminate, draws with the map, sure. Or fetches with the map. Beseiju, sure. Fury resolves. Then no targets for this. Then Malice here. And pass. Then the ring triggers. They go to 12. All right. Ugin's a problem. Ulamog's a problem. There's 10 mana. All right. They just have Ulamog. GG. So let's see. Blood Moon. Blood Moon. What else? Terminate. Totally useless. Push useless. Troll. Too slow. Sheoldred. Torok to make them discard. And then Pyromancer. All right. Run it back. On the play, game true against Tron with Serum Powder. No lands, mulligan. All right, we got Grief on turn 1, so keep this, put back. We also have Fury on turn 1. Which one is better? I'm going to put back... So Grief, I take their hand apart. Fury is a 3-turn clock. It goes me, Tron land, attack, put you to 12. Tron land, attack, put you to 4. Tron land, answer. So probably Grief. If I'm doing that, then I'm putting back Fable. They are green Tron with Serum Powder. All right, let's just Fable back. Done. Marsh Flats, fetch and shock Blood Crypt. Grief, exile, get rid of the other Grief. Target you, resolve this. They have Power Plant, Tower. So let's take map and then Feign Death, resolve, come back, target you again. So from here, what do I want to do? They can actually eventually just cast Karn the Great Creator. So it's Karn the Great Creator or Chromatic Star. Chromatic Star lets them redraw and cast Sylvan Scrying if they have it. If they play Karn, they can just play Karn on curve, though. I think I would rather take Karn and just leave them with random card that they're going to draw with Star. Or no, I take Star and then I thought seize them next turn and take Karn. Right, okay, so let's take Star and then pass. In their hands, this. Plays a Power Plant, drew a Star, okay? And we drew what? Another Fury. Okay, thought seize them, take Karn the Great Creator, and then attack with Grief. Swing. Pops the Star. Urza's Tower. And then back to us. Fable the Mirror Breaker. All right, just attack them with Grief. Back to them. Map. All right, well, we're completely screwed now because they just get to map and then play Karn Liberated next turn. So I have to exactly draw Thoughtseize, I guess. That ain't going to do it. So, all right, play this tapped. Attack them with Grief. And now they go mine, play Karn Liberated, or something else. Yeah, Karn Liberated. Then they exile Grief. Then we have to evoke to kill Karn. All right, so Blood Crypt, Shock, cast Fury, exiling the other Fury, kill Karn, play Fable. And then just hope they have no follow-up for multiple turns. That ain't happening. Gigantha into hand, Forest, and then play Gigantha. All right, 2 mana, Expedition map. We drew Voidwalker. Would I like to discard Voidwalker? Actually, no. It gets through their Gigantha. What other thing could I possibly draw at this point? No, I don't want to use the ability. So no. Play Voidwalker. And then pass. Somebody asked, what is Karn, the Great Creator on curve, doing, though? What it's doing is that they come down, they minus Karn, and then they just grab Ensnaring Bridge, for example. Then we have to kill Karn, and then they just play Ensnaring Bridge next turn, and we lose. They map for Sanctum of Ugin. Play Sanctum. 2 mana, and they're tapping green to Beseiju our Fable. All right, go grab Blood Crypt. All right, we're somehow still in this. Attack with Dothy. Swing. All right, 2-turn clock. They've got to find a way out. All right, they did nothing, so it's back to us. Land, attack with Dothy. All right, they're at 2. Answer, they have to find an answer this turn. We actually won that. Incredible. All right, keep everything the same. Submit. Game 3 on the draw versus Tron with Serum Powder. We have no lands, we must mull. We have 1 land, and we can Malice Fury back on turn 1. So let's keep this. And then what am I throwing back? Bowmasters is probably the worst card in the hand. It's also unlikely that we're ever going to cast Torok Kicked in this game. So let's just... Oh, wait, no. I don't have another red card to pitch to Fury. Well, that was premature on my part. Torok. I guess we just have to hope to draw a red card. Yeah, jumped the gun there. I just saw Fury plus Malice, and I got really excited. All right, who's ready for better lucky than good, right? We're going to draw a red card next turn. Yours is mine. Plays a Chromatic Sphere. Ready to draw that red card. We drew the red card. Let's go. Oh, no, I didn't play my land first. Oh, my God. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. All right, you got it, opponent. On to round number 3. I know it is shameful. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. I'd like to thank Collector Legion again for letting me represent their store on these streams. Worthwhile payoff on their part. All right, round 3 on the play. We've got Thoughtseize and then absolutely nothing else to follow it up with. So mulligan this hand. All right, there's a turn 1 Grief. Keep this, throw back, probably the Fury. So done. And then I'll just exile Fatal Push. All right, let's not be stupid this time and actually get our land first. Blood Crypt. And then go Evoke, pitch Fatal Push, target opponent. Oh, we're playing Tron again. All right, well, let's take Map. And then let's take Oblivion Stone. Yeah. Take Map, Feign Death, resolve this, trigger this, target you. Oblivion Stone's really slow. What's the clock here? Land, 16. Second land, 12. Third land, 8. Fourth land, 4. I don't need to take O-Stone. I can take Relic. All right, so what the heck is their hand? It is all the lands, right? This one, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. All right, Verdant, attack, Power Plant, fetch, Swamp, play Bowmasters, target you, land. Let's play another Bowmasters now to grow this one, target you, combat, swing. Opponent is at 7 and has to find Tron and an answer. All right, game 2. Blood Moon, Magus, out, in, push out, terminate out, Pyro, Pyro, Torok. Yeah, submit. Game 2 on the draw versus Tron. We do have a turn 1 Grief and then Ragavan to follow it up with. So keep this. Urza Tower, map. Okay, so I don't have to do the Grief thing right now. So is it better to just play Ragavan for... Nah, that's not... It can't be, right? This is more damage, faster. All right, so yeah. Shock, Grief, exiling one of the Undying spells. What is in your hand? Wormcoil, oh, they only have another tower, so they're really far away from Tron. So let's just take both of the redraws. Let's see, then they go tower, map for the other piece, and then if they find the other piece, then Wormcoil, or, well, Wormcoil or Own Stone will just kill us in that case. So let's just take the redraws. Take redraw number 1, Feign Death, take the other one. All right, so their hand is tower, O-Stone, Wormcoil. Plays another map. They drew another map. Well, we got to kill them really fast. Ooh, Bowmasters. So we go Bloodstained, fetch a Swamp, and then attack, flash Bowmasters in, dash next turn, swing. They drew the mine. They drew the mine. All right, Bowmasters, target you. Back to us. All right, so they go map, get the other one, and then they can play Wormcoil or O-Stone. I can recover from an O-Stone. I can't recover from Wormcoil. So this turn, I'm going to go dash Ragavan, then exile Grief to Then evoke Grief to Torok, take the Worm Coil. All right, so Dashavan, let's just play this tapped. And then combat, swing everything. They take 7, trigger Ragavan, we exile the forest, then evoke Grief. So take Worm Coil Engine and pass, and then Ragavan bounces back to our hand. Then they map for the power plant. And then they go O-Stone, hold up mana, we attack, they blow it up, and then we have a Dashavan for the rest of the game. O-Stone, drew Fable. All right, so combat, swing, crack with the map, then blow O-Stone up. Yep, O-Stone explosion, play Fable to Mirror Breaker, pass the turn. Sanctum of Ugin, Chromatic Sphere, draw. They can play Gigantha, right? Yeah, they have enough mana to get Gigantha and play it. And they have Relic of Progenitus, and they can draw with that, sure. All right, Fable trigger. I will definitely discard both of these. Use the ability, get rid of both. Bowmaster is another Fable. So, yeah, just play the other Fable and pass the turn. Another Power Plant. Well, that's a lot of mana. That's an Ulamog looking amount of mana. There's the Ulamog, and then they Sanctum of Ugin for another thing, and then we lose the game. They're taking the Fables. All right, I guess that makes sense. Screws our draws up. Now we just can't attack them. What did they get with Sanctum of Ugin? Got Worm Coil Engine. So Worm Coil Engine drops next turn, and then we just can't win the game anymore. Play Ragavan, and pass. Worm Coil. They play another Tron land, and then I guess they attack with Ulamog, right? No, they just don't attack with anything. What in the world do I do here? I can go... So I have to prevent them from gaining the life, right? So they attack with Worm Coil, and then I go block with Ragavan, flash and Bowmasters, kill my own Ragavan, you don't gain any life. Is that the only out? And then how am I killing them from there? Thoughtseize. Sure. Thoughtseize you. Take Ancient Stirrings. Pass. They drew Chromatic Star. Sure. I have to hold this. I can't use it now. Alright, combat. Swing with Ulamog and Worm Coil Engine. Yeah, Ulamog's ability resolves. And then block here. And then flash Bowmasters in. Kill my own Ragavan. And then we go to 5, and they're still at 7 and have 1 blocker. So maybe? No. Alright, they just drew a second Ulamog. Okay. Alright. Run the same thing back. Honestly forgot we still had another game. Alright, what do we have? We don't have the turn 1 Fury. We don't have a turn 1 anything except a Thoughtseize, so let's mull this hand. Well, now we have no scam spells, so mulligan to 5. Now we have 1 land and nothing to do. Mull to 4. Now we have 1 land and still can't do anything. So, okay, how do I possibly win from here? I keep Thoughtseize. I'm bidding a bunch of cards, so I keep this and I go 2 outs. Draw a scam spell and scam Fury in. Second out, draw a second land, play Dothief, Thoughtseize them, take some game-winning spell. I think it's more likely I hit the second land, so let's put back Torok, Shieldred, and the Fury. I'm not getting to Shieldred. Torok is fine. I would have to draw, what, back-to-back red plus Sam spell? So, okay, drop that, drop a Fury. Done. Play a Black Cleave Cliffs, pass. Opponent plays Power Plant, plays Relic. Second land. No. Thoughtseizing them now is still not going to do anything. Pass the turn. They play a Chromatic Sphere. They have the same 2 Tron lands. There's a map. Draw a land. No. Alright, pass the turn. Crack for green. Sylvan Scrying. Alright, there's Tron. So, now they get this land and they map next turn. Finally the second land, but it's too late now. Alright, fetch. It might not be too late yet. Dothy Voidwalker. Pass the turn. They still have to map, and then they have 5 mana. Map, mine. What are they doing with the 5 mana? Nothing. Alright, Thoughtseize. Let's see what we can take. Ugin, Cityscape Leveler, Ancient Stirrings, Ancient Stirrings. So I take Cityscape, cast it, blow up the Relic, and then they play Ugin, and it can't kill Cityscape, and then Cityscape can attack and blow up Ugin. So Thoughtseize the Cityscape Leveler, and then sack Dothy Voidwalker, cast the Cityscape Leveler, trigger, target Relic of Progenitus. Alright, they obviously crack it in response, then Cityscape resolves. So their hand is Stirrings, Stirrings, Ugin, and Unknowns. Alright, another land. Star, Ancient Stirrings. They find a mine. Plays the ring. Okay, so we can't hit them anymore. Plays map, puts Gigantha in hand, cracks the map, gets a forest. Alright, now what? I play Fable. Next turn they can go Ugin, eat your Fable, but I can't just do nothing. Alright, Fable, fetch. Other swamp in case we draw Blood Moon. And pass the turn. Ring draw. Plays the forest. Plays Stirrings. Gets Karn the Great Creator. Alright, game's over. Plays Karn. All they got to do now is put Bridge into play and we're dead. Yep, Ensnaring Bridge. Then we can't attack with the Leveler anymore. Plays Chromatic Sphere. I guess I can still attack their Karn with the Shaman token. Not that that's liable to matter much. All right, Fable the Mirror Breaker. What am I discarding? I'm definitely discarding because they have Ugin next turn. So I can kick Torok and then hopefully they discard stuff that I want them to. I need to keep Fury around so I can evoke it to kill Karn, which means I need to discard just this land. So discard the land. We drew another land anyway. All right. Combat. Attack them with the Shaman. So they go to 17, and then we go Evoke Fury by exiling Fable the Mirror Breaker, kill Karn, and then kick Torok. All right, what do they discard? Ugin and Sanctum. Then play a land and pass. All right, we still can't attack through Ensnaring Bridge, and they can just dump their hand and draw more cards with the ring. Another Karn. Walking Ballista, which can be a 5/5. Yeah, so Walking Ballista, we never get to attack with Cityscape Leveler. Next turn, they can just Karn for the ring and get this ring off the table if they really need to. They're playing Gigantha. We drew Thoughtseize, flip the Fable. We can only attack with the Shaman. So Thoughtseize you, take Ballista, and then we can't do anything, so go ahead. Ring, go to 13. Why don't they just draw? They should just draw and get out of the ring. I can't attack them anyway because of Bridge. Cracks to draw a card. Can't they just Karn for another ring and then just sit behind Ensnaring Bridge for the rest of the game? Chromatic Sphere. Karn minus. Cityscape Leveler of their own. Okay, so their Cityscape blows up our Cityscape, presumably. Or Reflection, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, blows up Reflection. Okay. Drew Polluted Delta, so pass the turn. Ring takes them to 11. They can't tick Karn down this turn. I have no idea why they're not just drawing with the ring, or why they didn't just Karn for a ring. Maybe they don't have ring in their sideboard. All right, a whole bunch of mana. Ulamog, targeting Cityscape and their own Ensnaring Bridge so they can attack. And then they can just attack with all of this and we lose the game. All right. Well, I thought that was a valiant effort, at least on my part, to try not to lose on a mold of 4. All right, round 4, and we're on the play. All right, turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2, or turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Thoughtseize, turn 3 Blood Moon, or Dothi. I will keep this. What is more valuable, Thoughtseize first or Ragavan first? It entirely depends on what you're playing against, right? I think it's probably Thoughtseize first. Tron again? All right. They don't actually have Tron, so let's just take the ring, Karn, I don't even know. Mystic Forge, sure, why not? Go ahead. Yeah, well, I regret not playing Ragavan on turn 1, but it's like if you are playing against a Bolt deck and then you just play Ragavan on turn 1 and it gets bolted, then... All right, so another Ragavan. All right, shock this in, play Dothi, and pass. Urza's Saga. Ooh, we get to punish that really hard. All right, Blood Crypt, shock, play Blood Moon, then attack them. So then they play the tower, and they're multiple turns away from Ballista for 1. Okay, flats. Well, dashing a Ragavan sucks now, but what else are we gonna do? So, dash the Ragavan, and then they'll just shoot it, and then or block it, whatever, and then we'll play the other Ragavan. Swing. All right, play Ragavan normally, and pass. Forest. So we drew another land, so let's just attack. They go to 9, and then we exiled nothing, so let's just pass the turn again. I can grief them next turn off the second treasure. All right, so they finally have 4 mana, and they can play the ring, and then we can't attack them anymore, and we can't grief them either. All right, play a land, pass. What do I have exiled off Dothi Voidwalker right now? Nothing useful. All right, pass the turn. Draw with the ring. They play Mind Stone. All right, they've conceded here. Very well. Same deal as usual. Slow, no targets, no targets. This in, Shieldred, 1 Torok. Submit. All right, we got a Blood Moon, but we don't have any way to ramp into it. So it's too slow. We don't have scams. We have nothing to do on turn 1 or 2, and we don't even have a third land, so let's mulligan. All right, this is better. Keep and put back Pyromancer. Power Plant. So I can wait on Thoughtseize and try to Dothi if they don't play another Tron land. And then on turn 2, if they do just play another Tron land, then I'll just Thoughtseize. I guess no, I need to take, if they had a turn 1 play like Map or Sphere or whatever, they would have played it on turn 1. So they don't have it. So, okay, my curve is I go Thoughtseize, then Dothi, then Blood Moon, and I start cracking them. All right, let's Thoughtseize them. Thoughtseize. What is their hand? It is Stone Coil Serpent of all things. So I just take Mind Stone to keep them off ramping further. All right. Yeah, take Mind Stone. Pass. So they play the Mind, and then they're playing Haywire Might. Yuck. All right, so our Blood Moon plan falls apart now. So let's just play Dothy and pass it back. So they can just play Beseiju as a land and have Haywire Might up. Oh, they just drew Natron. They just drew Natron. All right, there's Ugin. So now they can just shoot this or make a guy. Play Stone Coil as a 3/3. Attack with the Haywire, which we can't block. How in the world? Okay. There's another Grief. So these are the only two cards in their hand. So griefing them does nothing here. Blood Mooning them does nothing because then they just go Beseiju, kill Blood Moon. So I have to go Season Pyro, discard Blood Moon, Grief. Yeah. Shock, Pyro, discard these two. We drew Magus, Takanuma. All right, and then I just attack Ugin to keep them from blowing up our stuff. So then Ugin pluses again, and then we attack it again with Dothy to get it off the field. They have no good attacks here except this, but they get the cards back with what's ever under here. So I don't want to block them if I don't have to. All right, I'll block this Stone Coil. Sure, block there. Take 2 from the Manifest Spirit thing. All right, damage, we're at 12. Opponent plays another Ugin. So that Ugin dies, and they can just blow up Dothy. Yep, plays Blast Zone. All right, well, their hand still doesn't have anything in it, so I just play Magus, and then I'm just losing on the board. Play this, play Magus, putting a charge counter on the Blast Zone while they can. Very well. Plus again, and I can't just keep getting beaten in by these spirit tokens, so I'm going to block one of them and then Malice the Moon, the Magus. So I go to 8, and then I can't get in, I can't kill Ugin, that's the problem. All right, block here, and then Undying Malice on the Magus. So then these trade off, they get a card, and we go to 10. Bunch of mana, Stone Coil for 7. What is this Tron deck? All right, well, we're dead, so let's just go to the next. All right, sideboard, same thing, yeah. But it's not Dice Factory. Like, we haven't seen, I guess it is Dice Factory, but why Stone Coil Serpent? All right, run this back as is. On the play, Ragavan into Blood Moon, looks good. Marsh Flats, Fetch and Shock, Blood Crypt, Shock, Ragavan, go. Power Plant, play a Haywire Might that we can't attack them into anymore. I guess I can, I can Fury. Okay, so evoke Fury, pitching Fable, kill the Haywire Might, and then undie the Fury. Then it comes back, then no targets on this one. Then we play a land, and we attack with Ragavan. A map on top, I will play that. So fetch, get a swamp, cast the map, pass it back to them. And then we've got Blood Moon next turn and a 2-turn clock. Urza's Saga. All right, they're super dead. Ballista on 1, sure. So then they go chump here, shoot Ragavan. All right, combat, swing, chump Fury, shoot Ragavan. And then swamp, Blood Moon. Pass the turn. Urza's mine, map, Bowmasters. So I can just deploy both of these. So Dothy, attack with Fury. They go to 12, and then they're just dead next turn. Forest. All right, Flash and Bowmasters. Target them. All right. Hey, we won one, boys. Only had to play Tron 3 times to get there. On to the 5th and final round with Scam. All right, round 5 on the play. We've got turn 1 Fury. Looks pretty good. Keep. All right, so Swamp, Fury, and then Malice this back. Force a negation from Living End. Well, we got. We do have a Dothy Voidwalker next. Oh my god, and Grief. Yep, all right. Well, there's another Fury. So play this and pass. I guess we have a Fury and a Dothy in the graveyard, so it's not, like, terrible for us. Cycles a whole bunch. Riverwinder, Street Wraith. What did they exile to their pitch spells? Living End, Architects of Will. Cycle again. All right, fetch. Get Blood Crypt. Man, Moto is lagging like crazy. Blood Moon, which we can't play. They're on 1 land as well. I guess I can actually get this Fury into play, right? Yeah, all right, let's do that. Exile, Blood Moon, and then Feign Death the Fury. Let's try this again, folks. This time it went through, and then back to the opponent. So just to recap what happened, we went turn 1 Fury, Scam, they forced. We had a Dothy Voidwalker in our hand on turn 2, and they griefed it out of our hand. And then we played Fury again, off a Scam spell. All right, combat, swing. Fair and balanced magic right here. They go to 6, and then we'll flash Bowmasters in against any cycling they play. Architects, Bowmasters, shoot you again. All right, we friggin' won this. Game 2, Chalice, 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 Shieldred. I guess Blood Moon. How good is Blood Moon against them? Nile Spellbomb. Too slow. No, this we can cycle into our graveyard. Pyromancer discards creatures into our graveyard. Fable seems god-awful. Individual removal spells that don't actually do anything. Get rid of that. Blood Moon. All right, is this correct here? Seems fine to me. Submit. Game 2 on the draw with Scam versus Living End. The pinnacle of Magic. We have a turn 1 Fury plus Chalice of the Void. So let's keep this. Opponent plays Botanical Sanctum, passes back to us. Oh, never mind. We've got Grief as well. Oh, no, I don't have Grief as well because I don't have another black card to pitch. So let's go attempt to play Fury, and then if they don't force it, or whether they force it or not, then we play Chalice on 0. Okay, so Blackcleave Cliffs, cast Fury, exile the Blood Moon. So this thing, cast Malice, cycle Street Wraith, cycle Architects of Will, cycle Street Wraith. All right, that goes through. Then Fury comes back with no targets, and then we play, and then that resolves, and then we play Chalice on 0 and pass a turn. And we got there. All right, 2 and 3. What a clown shoes format this is. So I think this about sums it up. Give this a gander. You either die the scammy or live long enough to become the scammer. Well, Scam. There was some high highs. There was some low lows. We played Tron 3 times in a row. I'll let you decide whether that's a high high or a low low. Anyways, that's Scam.